This doesn't exist anywhere in the world, and every single thing we do, we're creating something new.
And what the best of the best is, and then bring that out to the masses. And so now my life is becoming, I'm getting up and I'm doing the superhuman protocol. I'm taking the 10X supplements. I've got the genetic test. I have my whole report. This is seeping into every aspect of my life. And I'm sure that there are probably some people, people who might listen to my podcast, if they're listening to it there, or maybe people watching this on YouTube who follow you, who wonder, well, is this relegated to the uber wealthy? Like, is this the thing where, this is not something that's scalable to the mass population as far as being able to make a dent in international health? What is the cost of something like this, or what is the scalability of something like this?
Yeah, it's a great question. And like you said, every chapter you open up has a precision customized video from Daniel explaining exactly what you're looking at. We do have people that are like, I need someone to spend a couple hours with me and go through this. And so when you look at the scalability, we are trying from the beginning. And as you know, in this healthcare space, there's not a lot of technology that is interoperable. It communicates amongst multiple different systems. And we've taken a lot of heat for this at 10X Health. I get a lot of people that are like, I ordered your stuff, it never showed up. I tried to call, nobody answered the phone. These are all realities. And we've really tested ourselves because this is what we've introduced to the market is so popular. And so my frustration as an operator is the scalability of this thing and creating accessibility and connecting systems to all these microsystems and being able to generate reports and deliver them to you in real time and then be able to deliver supplements. It has been one of the largest challenges I've ever had in my lifetime. And I admit that we have dropped the ball in a lot of different areas while we're trying to connect systems and build platforms and all these things. But to your point, this doesn't exist anywhere in the world, and every single thing we do, we're creating something new. And because of the demand, it's creating this capacity issue. So what I've done is we've structured a national, now we're doing a global telemedicine team to be able to walk people through their results, and we're going to make that better and better and better as we get bigger and bigger and bigger. The cost side, it's $1,300 to do the test one time. Some people are like, well, that's expensive. Well, it is. I agree. And until we're doing millions and millions and millions, it's going to be expensive because it takes manpower to do it, and it's complicated. Supplements. We find that the average person is spending $100 to $200 a month taking supplements. They have no idea what they're taking. They have no idea.
Back to the expensive P problem.
That's right.
Yeah.
So these precision supplements are going to cost you $300 a month. Well, you're getting 100 different precision-based ingredients here.
Right. It's a lot less than $330 bottles.
That's right. And the fat carb blockers you take twice a day are going to cost you $300 a month.
Yeah.
Now, once we're doing tens of millions, I'm sure we can get the price down. But the machines to do this, everything is done in a controlled environment in Austria. I mean, just the shipping back and forth. So it's going to be expensive at the beginning, like anything new is.
And it's relative. These are things that would have cost you tens of thousands of dollars a dozen years ago at the Princeton Longevity Institute or Duke or the few number of places that could do self-quantification and give you something that's customized based on that. But I think a big part of this, and I don't know how much of this you guys are doing at 10X yet, is the idea of things like LLMs, large language models, and AI. I mean, I just spent the past 5 months training my AI clone. Like when you go to my website, lower right corner of the website, hi, I'm Ben, how can I help you? Ask me a question about health. That's trained on 15 years of books, podcasts, audio content, videos, and it speaks my voice and could put me out of a job coaching someday, which of course just frees me up to do other things and make impact elsewhere. But even this idea of a telemedicine team, right? Like if those calls are recorded or if that data is available to an AI-based platform, you can eventually get to the scalability point where a lot of the customized advice people are seeking post-test is delivered to them even more accurately than a human would be able to do so. Exactly.
So we've been all over the world. When you talk about cost, right? So yeah, on the front end, anybody that's an early adopter, it's going to be more expensive than when we have millions and millions and millions of these things happening around the world. The advantage of being an early adopter is you can start augmenting and supplementing your body on a precision basis, and you can start taking control of your health, wellness, and longevity. Is there an expense to do that? Yes. I would argue that you're probably spending half to the same amount anyway on a bunch of stuff if you're actively involved with this, or you're eating the wrong things and you're spending it on shortening your lifespan. Like I would make an argument that that. What is the purpose of living if you don't feel remarkable while you're living?
Yeah.
And what's the cost associated with that? Well, the sooner you can pull that forward, the faster you can start taking control of that instead of waiting for something bad to happen, okay? So is there a cost? Yes, there's a cost. Do I expect over time, as we grow mass scale around the world and as we're able to deliver even more accurately, bigger, better, faster, we're able to use AI, which we are in the pursuit of that. We're able to collaborate with bigger organizations that have bigger resources. Sure, the price of this stuff eventually will come down. But here's the commitment I do have is that we've got to maintain the price point in order to forward invest in the things that we need to do, because I don't think people understand that when I started in this business 3.5 years ago, and you know this, and we introduced our original platform, I had to get the supplements made. I had to get the logistics put together. We had to interface with micro market pharmacies. As soon as we start getting traction with the pharmacies on the things that we were augmenting for human optimization, the federal government would come out and change the rules on who can do what and how they can do it. Big pharma stepped in and started taking control of these things and locking out the ability for pharmacies to ship nationally. So then you had to go to state by state pharmacies. Then the FDA came out and cut half of the stuff for human optimization that people wanted, because they were like, oh, well, we don't want you to do that because now you don't need drugs.
Right.
Like, all these moving parts are happening in real time, and they create conditions while you're trying to build technologies and collaborate with partners and interface and interconnect with other people's technologies, because there isn't a single source technology to manage human optimization, and you're interdependent on so many other moving parts. And so just from collecting bloods and getting that data and integrating bloods into another data format, and then going to the local pharmacies and telling them exactly how to deliver, and then all the supplements and making sure we're bridging it. It has been the most complicated thing I've ever done in the history of anything I've ever done. And I've been pretty successful scaling billions of dollars worth of businesses.
Yeah.
But can I tell you this? It is the single most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life, because when somebody does move onto this platform and you watch what happens, and we've seen it with Steve Harvey, Dana White, we've got a list of human beings that we've been optimizing. When you see the transformation they go through, I don't know how you put a value on your life.
Yeah.
I don't know how you put a value on your health, but let me just tell you this. I have no idea how to put a value on your happiness. Like, feeling alive. We have one shot while we're here. And to be able to feel alive and to feel the best version. I used to, by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I used to sit at my desk. I'd have to hide somewhere in the office to take a nap because I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I was 40 pounds overweight. I felt every day I'd wake up, I couldn't bend over and tie my shoes. I hated wake up in the morning, and the first hour I'd have to just drink coffee and coffee and coffee and try to get myself activated. I pop up out of bed now. I hit my 10X energy supplement. I hit 1 cup of coffee. I hit the red light. I hit the PEMF. I just go through my process. I hit the cold plunge if there's one there, and I'm having a new one installed in my house. I can't wait for it to show up. And within 45 minutes, I am frickin' wired and ready to go.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people haven't experienced. It's interesting because I've said for a long time I would pay $20 for a good night of sleep. Right. So if we're talking about this from a supplementation standpoint, right? So I would spend $600 a month to sleep like a champ, right?
Yep.
And for a lot of people who need to be able to perform at peak capacity every day and have the amount of energy that they need for productivity and subsequent, well, $20 is a drop in the bucket. But you know, when
you're going to spend that in coffee every day.
Exactly. When we started this podcast, you asked me why I was here and why I'm wearing this shirt. This is my new thing. I mean, I am becoming a convert now based on what I'm seeing. So I'm building this farm in Idaho, right? So my thing now is I can get up in the morning. I've got the PEMF mat. I've got the Hypermax oxygen. I've got the red light therapy. I've got my 2 fat carb blocker packets that I take with 2 meals of the day, the 1 precision nutrition supplement that I take after 1 of the meals of the day. I got my entire report here that will eventually be customized to my food and my grocery shopping. Hopefully the cool, sexy skincare that you have that I don't have yet. And essentially this systematizes my day for me. And it allows me to get out of bed, do red light, oxygen, PEMF, precise everything, do the blood testing on a quarterly or an annual basis, the gene testing once in a lifetime. And when I sit back and see the potential in that for all of my fans and followers and listeners, who basically my life is a duty to people to figure out what's working out there and what the best of the best is, and then bring that out to the masses. But of course, I love to try this stuff myself.
Yep.
And so now my life is becoming, I'm getting up and I'm doing the Superhuman protocol. I'm taking the 10X supplements. I've got the genetic test. I have my whole report. My entire family, Jessa and River and Taryn, they're all doing the PGT this week. So I'm going to be able to have my whole family know what their food and their nutrition choices are supposed to be. So this is seeping into every aspect of my life. And personally, I mean, I can tell you, and you know this, like, you feel incredible when your mitochondria are working properly, your cells are working properly, you don't reach 2 p.m. and have a non-optional, nap or siesta time. Like, once it all comes together and clicks, the amount of clutter and confusion that sucks out of your life is worth a lot.
For the price of 2 Starbucks a day.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's really the value.
Yeah.
Honestly,
how fancy you get at Starbucks.
Look, dude, I'll be honest with you. I've watched the last 5 years. I've watched you. I'm so impressed with who you are as a person and your commitment to this human optimization. The fact that you and I have decided we want to collaborate, change the world together, you being the mouthpiece for precision nutrition and 10X health, and going out to the world and talking about how it's changing lives. But most importantly, we start growing our food together. We start doing the ability to change lives and bring health, wellness, happiness, longevity to human beings around the world. It fits right in. My partner, Grant Cardone, has a mission to change 8 billion people's lives.
Incredible.
The only thing I've seen where we could actually do that is this.
Yeah.
We could actually touch 8
this
billion lives.
and non-toxic lettuce for everybody.
100%.
Yeah.
Can't wait to build with you, bro.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.